lose all sense of reality and enter another world. Remember, do not underestimate the power of PlayStation.
Beyond.
What's up, everybody?
The ghost of Colin Moore.
Welcome to Podcast Beyond, episode 352. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside soon at No Taxation himself.
Yeah, he's running here. He's
the
sprinting.
pride. Well, he's not. He's writing news.
Okay, well, that too.
Colin had to get ready for a big review, so he's working on. Now he's getting the Roper Report together. He's running late. That's why the show's.
Is Danganronpa 2 coming out?
Danganronpa 2 is finally getting a Western release over here. Colin's got the scoop for you. In the ever-rotating third chair, the best beard in the business, Marty Sleva.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
I'm glad to have you back,
Yeah,
Marty.
I'm glad
I
to
love
be
you.
here.
We're
Yeah.
going to Comic-Con tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sharing a room.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Well, it's going to be weird.
Are you really going to shave your beard in the room?
No, I might trim my beard tonight.
Okay.
I might go get a haircut, get a trim.
Are you shaving the beard off or just trimming
No,
it?
just trimming it. I haven't shaved it off in probably 7 years. I don't know what's under there.
Will you ever do it again?
I don't know.
One day you will.
I think my girlfriend might break up with me.
If you shaved it?
I think she would.
She's a big supporter of the
Yeah,
beard.
she's pro-beard.
I see. This is interesting.
Pro-beard addicts.
Helps her poop.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, this, of course, is IGN's PlayStation Podcast, the #1 PlayStation podcast on the internet. Podcast Beyond posts as an MP3 every Tuesday as a video every Wednesday on IGN.com, YouTube.com/IGN, and the free PlayStation 4 IGN app.
Ooh.
That you should all grab. Since Colin isn't here to begin the show with what is and forever will be the Roper Report,
And
we'll
we
jump into some
can't
questions.
possibly cover the news without him.
No.
I wasn't even being sorry. That sounded...
It really
That sounded like an a-hole.
sarcastic. And there's no way we can do anything about Colin. Okay. What are you excited to see at Comic-Con? This is our Comic-Con preview section.
This is. So, as far as I know, Sony literally is not there. There is no Sony booth.
They even it was for a long time they were there.
Yeah.
And then year by year it got smaller and
Yeah,
smaller.
like last year, all I remember playing was Octodad.
Yeah.
In the Sony booth. Stuff I'm excited for. Nintendo was a huge presence, so
Yeah.
some Bayonetta and some Hyrule Warriors, some Smash.
That's where I played last year. I played 101 Heroes. That was
101 Spikes?
No.
Earth. Oh, Wonderful 101.
Wonderful 101 Heroes. And I was like, I like this game. I'll play it on the Wii. And I didn't buy a Wii U in time, and then I was too late.
That's what
and I
Comic-Con's
played it.
all about. It's getting excited for things.
This is the preview portion of our job, right? We
Yeah,
play all
exactly.
these games. You're like, man, this game's cool. I'll
Yeah.
never play it because I have a million other things to do.
No, but there's a lot. I mean, we're gonna get to play Alien Isolation again. We're gonna get to play Evolve again.
Yeah.
There's some new Sonic games. You like Sonic?
Yeah, Sonic.
You're a big Hedgehog fan.
I was, yeah.
Yeah.
I was a Sega kid.
Not anymore?
No. This is an old. Well, you remember when Sonic the Hedgehog the re-release came, the HD version, Episode 4, Part 1 came out. I was still waiting on the other parts. Part 1 came
Part
out.
2 came out. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on the other parts. Part 1 came out, and Colin leading into it was like, Sonic is terrible. Everyone forgets this, and I'm like, no, man, I love Sonic 1.
Yeah.
And I played it, I'm like, holy crap, this is not good.
Yeah.
Sonic wasn't good.
Really disappointing. Yeah.
Wow. Childhood shattered in HD.
Yeah, right. It's just your heart broken.
Yeah.
There's gonna be big panels for Assassin's Creed, for Far Cry. I think we could go hands on again with Evil Within. I'm excited for Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD.
Ooh, gotcha.
Big Kingdom Hearts fan.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Podcast over.
All right,
Big
good.
Kingdom Hearts fan.
That's all we need to hear.
You pour water on the mic and leave.
Just pour it on the computer. Sparks shoot out. We just walk out of the room. We're done. Yeah, I'm excited for that live show we're doing.
Yeah, we're doing the live show.
A lot of cool people are going to be on it.
Yeah.
A lot of cool panels this year.
Yeah, you have a lot of cool, not only game guests, but just like entertainment, TV, pop culture.
Yeah, I forget how much of it's public and how much we can talk about, and how much it's Cloak and Dagger.
Ooh.
But I'm excited
Cloak
to meet...
and Dagger, the superheroes from Maximum Carnage are going to be there.
Yep. Good
Yeah, those guys
reference.
those guys are
Deep
great.
cut on that one. Yeah. No, yeah, there's a whole bunch of cool stuff happening. Of course, IGN's doing their live show again. It'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Nope, that's wrong. Thursday, Friday,
Friday, and Saturday. You're moderating a games panel one day, right?
Yeah, I'm doing the Lego Batman 3 games panel.
That's cool.
It'll be me, Adam West, Troy Baker, and all the other voices.
Scott Porter.
Yeah, Scott Porter.
The Good Wife's Scott Porter.
Yeah, he, of course, being Superboy in the game. He's also Aquaman, but I refuse to acknowledge that. That'll be a running gag, I'm sure, throughout the panel when I'm doing it.
You refuse to acknowledge it?
He's only one character. He's Superboy, and that's it.
You're just going to break his heart.
Yeah, I don't care.
No.
Yeah,
Heartless
and I'm also
Porter.
doing the Skybound panel with Robert Kirkman and Norman Reedus.
Are you gonna finally get your boy into the show?
What?
You've been. I was trying to be coy about it. You've been trying to get Lee Fennoy.
Oh, Dave Fennoy. Yes,
Lee Fennoy.
There's a combination. No, yeah, I'm totally ready. See, that's what. Spoiler alert. There's a Walking Dead section for the TV show section of the IGN live show. And when that's happening, I have been. This is only for you at home and you, Marty, not Colin.
Okay.
That I have prepped an image of Dave Fennoy as Ezekiel that I am going to show them and be like, "Here you go.
This is like
I've taken care of."
You've learned Photoshop just for this.
No, so I stole it from Dave Fennoy's Facebook. So a fan posted this. The fan will be super stoked.
Is it the one with the tiger?
Yeah, the one with the tiger arm that I tweeted yesterday. We're gonna make sure these people finally know.
Yeah.
What's up? So, Marty, of course, Podcast Beyond is all about the fans.
Yeah.
You email us at beyond@ign.com. You become part of the show, usually later in the show. But right now, what the hell, we'll do it right now. You get to talk about a few things here, right?
Okay.
You get your choice here of a Gamescom question.
Ooh.
What PlayStation 4 game will tug at your heartstrings?
Okay.
And then... a Vita versus Steam, a cheap gaming laptop.
Oh, wow. Let's start with Gamescom, because I'm going there.
You are going to Gamescom. I believe you're lead on it, aren't you?
I am.
You're
I'm
leading
the
a
American
Comic-Con
lead. There's a UK lead.
That seems
as well.
racist.
Krupa.
Krupa?
Well, yeah, but together we form the Allies.
Oh, okay.
I
that's
guess
cool.
that makes Gamescom the Axis.
Well, no, you're going to war. I guess the publishers and the developers would be the axis of evil.
I think we're getting to the thick of this. Yeah.
This one comes from our good friend Yair Donin in Israel. He says, Beyond. With E3 being ancient history now, all our eyes are now towards Germany for Gamescom. What do you think that we'll see there from the big publishers? Also, what do you wish to see but probably will never happen? Personally, I hope we get to see Guerrilla's new IP for the PlayStation 4 and that Nordic Games reboot the Summoner or Darksiders franchises. Keep up the good work. Beyond.
That's a really good question. Yeah. I mean, it's terrifying that E3 is already...
Ancient
it's
history.
already in our rearview mirror. But yeah, Gamescom every year gets bigger and bigger. It slowly it hasn't overtaken E3 yet, but it seems like within 5 years or so it could be.
This is the running thing. I haven't been to Germany for one of the games conventions since the final Leipzig one.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm not familiar with Gamescom, but everyone I talk to says that, this is going to be the one that beats out E3
I mean, it's larger, like attendance-wise, it's larger, but it's also getting to that point where now, there's press conferences that we're going to be streaming.
Yeah.
And, from what we've heard, there's going to be huge announcements. Like, we know people have already gone... a lot, especially European devs, have gone on record. Like Media Molecule is going to show whatever they're working on. Not Little Big Planet 3 because they're not working on that. But
they teased it with that glitchy thing.
Yeah,
here's our game that doesn't work.
Yeah, it's going to be. Remember Glitch, the game? Was it Metal Arms in the system? Metal Arms Glitch in the system.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're going to be.
Or it'll be Glitch now, the girl from Wreck-It Ralph.
Ooh.
Her backstory.
That'd be a weird... That Sarah Silverman game. I've been waiting for them. We know that Quantum Break's going to be there for
Sure. They made a big deal about that, which I liked a lot. Not a lot of people did. I thought it was awesome that it came
out.
And
like Alan Wake and Max Payne, like those games are super rad.
Right. But I mean that they came out at E3 or before E3 and like, hey, we're not going to be at E3. Here's this video we're working on. We'll see you at Gamescom.
I think it's cool. Yeah. It's like, hey, just be upfront and honest. Don't have us at E3 like, where's the game?
Yeah.
That's right. That sounds like us. I'm hoping we see some more out of Square Enix from Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy, although probably holding my breath on those for TGS.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for more first party. Maybe what David Cage's next game is. We saw that tech demo last year with the wizard, like the old laughing wizard.
His old face.
Yeah.
The old catcher's mitt face.
Old Wizzy, yeah. There he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Pride Along on Colin Moriarty.
Sorry.
I hold that hope. I'm with Yair here that I want to see Guerrilla's new IP.
Yeah, Guerrilla's new IP would be amazing. We're talking about what we hope to see at Gamescom.
Gorillas are making a new IP?
Gorillas, yeah. The Gorillas with a Z.
Yeah, I think you'll see Gorillas game. And Media Molecules.
Yep.
That's confirmed, right? Or no? They just strongly
No, but they're starting to show the game now. That's on the Roper Report.
Yeah. Whoa, spoilers.
The Glitch?
Yep.
We're talking about it. The tie-in to Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, good. Then we can just cross it off here. Give me the...
No. We didn't go into the
No, it's good.
super
You beat
details.
me to it. You beat me to it.
I'm sorry,
but we said we couldn't do the news
for
without...
no man.
Yeah, I'm also hoping for it's one of those shows where, again, like things get announced and we're like, I have no idea where this came from. Like Rhyme last year or 2 years ago, whenever that was. Just something completely out of left field that looks rad.
Colin, how long before Gamescom overtakes E3 as the most important games show?
A few years. Been saying that since 2011. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Especially for PlayStation. Because Europe's so big for PlayStation.
Yeah.
That show, though, is huge. I mean, every time I go, it's a little crazy.
Yeah, it's the first time I'm covering. People have told me that it's just sort of terrifying, like the public days especially. Right?
Yeah, it's really pretty insane.
Yeah.
But
should I invest in a knife?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I cover mostly PlayStation when I go to these shows, and the beauty is that they just rent out a hotel that's nearby, and they don't do anything. Like, they have a show floor presence for the kids or whatever, but for media, they just like come like. So I just stay at the Radisson Blu over there in the lobby and drink and write all my stuff. So if you're doing PlayStation coverage,
I'm gonna see if I can
right as rain.
Hitch my Apple wagon to that one.
Yeah.
Your Apple wagon.
Also, they're called the Kinders in German. The Kinders.
The Kinders, that's true.
Yeah.
It's kindergarten.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see.
The
what
Garden
you're
of
doing.
Children.
I thought we were talking about apple carts. We're called
Oh, no.
Kinders and
Children garden.
Confused.
Yeah.
The old.
It took 10 years of German.
Yeah. How much of it stuck?
I'm going to find out. I literally haven't used any since sophomore year of college.
Wow.
9.
I've used 9 of it.
So that's a lot of German.
That is a lot of German. I started it, I think, in 4th grade.
Why?
They offered languages in school, in elementary school. Wisconsin
really cool.
public school system.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense if it was in Wisconsin.
A lot of Germans.
Yeah.
A lot of sausage.
Tons of Germans.
Yeah, a lot of kraut.
Auf Wiedersehen. Auf
Auf
Wiedersehen.
Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Nein. Selbstkuchen. I think I just called
Let's begin the show with what is and forever will be the Rubber Report. Time for some news.
There are 9 items on the list.
A baker's dozen.
Sorry I was late.
think that's
Dealing
how
with Last
big
of
it
Us Nightmares. We got Last of Us Remastered.
I thought you had like night terrors last night.
But to go online, so like we used to be able to really, mess with the PlayStation 3s and like kind of just manipulate them, however we wanted to do.
We bend them to our will.
With the debugs were like you could just go into the debug settings and make the PS3 act like a retail PS3 and all that kind of stuff. You can kind of do similar stuff with the PS4, but it's just super complicated. They have to whitelist you and stuff like that to play online. So I'm trying to like figure all this stuff out to get an online session so I can play The Last of Us Online tomorrow. So that's why I was late. So I do apologize sincerely.
It's okay.
They forgive you.
Number 1.
It's a quality shirt.
It is, right?
Yeah. I like the shirt quality on the shirt.
Yeah, it's really nice. It only costs $6.
Dang, where's that at?
$6 shirts or $6 tees or something.
Probably can't wear that at Gamescom.
No, don't wear this at Gamescom. For the 6th month in a row, PlayStation 4 was the best-selling console in North America, edging out Xbox One, which itself sold twice as well in June as it did in May. June sales for PS4 were strong, as were sales for PS3. When combining PS4 and PS3 sales, the PlayStation brand outsold the Xbox brand for the month. Watch Dogs, EA Sports UFC, FIFA 14, NBA 2K14, Wolfenstein: The New Order, and Call of Duty Ghosts all charted as best-selling games for the month. All of them sold better on PS4 than Xbox One, which I thought was interesting.
The future's now.
However, PS3 games Minecraft and Grand Theft Auto 5 also charted and sold better on 360.
Interesting.
So,
Most importantly, Tamagotchi Life
number 9.
sold more than Grand Theft Auto 5.
Really?
I feel like that's how we should have just wrote the news story.
Yeah, I made a
It would have been very misleading.
Did you play that?
No. I don't know. I don't even think it's called Tamagotchi Life.
Tamagotchi Life. Tomodachi, right?
Tomodachi.
So I thought that was kind of interesting. Here's the interesting tidbit. I didn't write this down, but this is in my mind. I'm seeing it in my mind's eye, Greg. MPD noted that at this point in their respective life cycles, PS3s from 2007, Xbox 360 from 2005 to 2006, and then PS4 and Xbox One from last year to now. The PS4 and Xbox One combined are outselling PS3 and 360 in those same time periods, 80%.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
So console gaming ain't dead.
No.
So
Yeah,
stop
Marty.
I'm
Marty.
sorry. That story wasn't supposed to run.
It's a picture of you holding up a newspaper
it
that
for
says
2017.
console gaming dead. PC defeats consoles.
We can work quickly through this since you already spoiled it. Number 2, Media Molecule is teasing its new, still unannounced PlayStation 4 game, but doing it in a strange and unique way. Posted a video to YouTube of the game experiencing a bug or glitch. Quote, "A rendering error on our new PS4 project caused this trippy sequence of colorful nonsense that begged to be shared. Consider it an exclusive peek at our new game if you like. It's not particularly revealing, but it is fun. That much we guarantee, mostly." End quote. I think we're real close, as you guys, I'm sure, were
Do you
saying.
think it's going to have something to do with that tech demo on the show?
Yes.
Yeah.
The wands, the move wands, the dancing.
Am I going to be using a move? Do I need a move?
Apparently.
I hope not. I hope they don't.
You saved them for a reason.
No, I did not. I did not do that.
You know they're going to do something
I
weird.
threw those away with my plastic guitars.
Did you throw your moves away?
I
Did you
had
ever own a move?
I had a move, yeah, because I liked, what was that game with a D?
The chair.
Datura.
Oh, Datora. You like that game?
Yeah, well, I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, it
I
was
think I gave it
interesting.
like a C, a 1-up. But
I gave it a 6. Like, I really liked it in premise. It just was like not.
It was sort of broken.
Yeah. It was a really cool idea though. Very. Ooh, sorry. Write that down. Very weird. There you go.
You got a curse chart.
Yeah, gotta write them down.
Number 3, The Last of Us will be performed live for one night only in Santa Monica, California. The live reading will occur at Broad Stage on Monday, July 28th at 7 p.m. Pacific, and it's free to attend. Neil Druckmann will direct the performance, which will be attended by the original voice actors for Joel, Ellie, Marlene, Sarah, Tess, and more. You can try to acquire tickets using PlayStation's various social feeds. I'm sure it's going to be very
I feel
hard
like
to
that's
get
going to,
That's
gonna
awesome.
sell it very quick. That is
What
amazing.
a great
I am
idea.
so jealous of that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hosted by Jeff Keighley, right?
The Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, the Jeff Keighley.
Yeah.
Just a brilliant idea. What an awesome. I mean, that's what a great way to celebrate. The franchise a year later. You got the remastered coming out.
Yeah.
You got this happening. I wish it was happening in more places. That's the one thing. We had a lot of Last of Us questions. Left of Us questions. We're gonna start with Adams. All right.
Adams?
Yeah. Adam writes in and says, Beyond.
Beyond.
Hey, Beyonders. I'm thinking of trading in my PS3 version of The Last of Us for the PS4 remaster to get the updated experience and play the Left Behind DLC. My question is, will I be able to initiate the DLC without playing through the story again on PS4? I'd like to be able to go straight to Left Behind. Thanks, Adam.
I don't know, but my assumption is yes, since it is a prequel.
I do know.
I imagine so.
I do know, and you can. You can jump right into Left Behind. You're all set.
Cool.
Go have it. All the difficulties are unlocked from the beginning, too. Adam adds a PS. A long time ago, I was a Lair hater. I've grown a lot since then, and I am truly sorry, Greg. Thanks for the hundreds of amazing Beyonds since then. You're welcome, Adam.
Wait, you didn't like Lair?
Yes.
He was hating Greg.
When
for
I
hating
reviewed
he was a
Lair,
hater- he was a
I'd
hater
only
of-
been
oh my
here a
God.
few months.
Greg
Yes,
nodded
sir.
so bad.
So
when it
they
happened.
all hated me.
Sure.
And so that then...
Because he spoke the truth.
Now he's... Exactly. I
you were
burst
a
their little
prophet.
fanboy bubble of,
Yeah.
no, this PlayStation exclusive isn't that good.
I remember watching you play that game when we first met.
Yeah.
And being like, what is this? I with the 6-axis, I remember the dragon flying around. There's like a bridge. You're trying to like land on it or something. I don't know, like what you're. And I remember you just being like with this. Oh, the 6-axis was just
Terrible. What a
just
terrible
straight
idea.
garbage.
The worst.
Number 3. No, that's a lie. Number 4. This is an interesting one.
Finally.
The Korean Game Rating Board indicates that the unfinished Swan is en route to both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita. The ratings were listed last week. Sony hasn't returned our inquiry for comment. However, the Korean board has leaked games in the past, including the Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection. So there's a good chance this is actually happening. Yeah, it would be a nice way for, if Giant Sparrow did it, the port themselves to learn that other hardware, since presumably Edith Finch,
Is
which is the code name of their... I don't know.
Still
if it's-
codenamed that?
Yeah.
Well, they took it down, right? Once
That was so
they
funny.
put it
That
out and they
story was
took it
so
down.
funny because you could tell like they just had no permission to do that
Yeah.
at all. It's like, you don't own that game.
Yeah.
And you probably shouldn't be talking about it. But,
Yeah.
so Giant Sparrow, working on their second of 3 PlayStation exclusives right now. This would be a good way for them to learn the new hardware.
Yeah. And also maybe time it with this coming out alongside some sort of news regarding the game. Maybe
That'd be
some
great.
news is tucked away in the game. Yeah.
I like to play the unfinished Swan again.
Yeah, I like that game a lot.
Yeah.
Your time with it is unfinished.
Didn't someone
Very clever.
from Naughty Dog just go?
Super clever.
Yeah, the art director, Evan...
Wells?
No, not Evan Wells. It's something else. Nate Wells.
Nate Wells.
Number 5. The Last of Us Remastered is coming to PlayStation 4 next week, and there's some new details about it. For starters, it'll require a 50-gig install on your PS4, and it will have a day 1 patch as well. Additionally, while the game won't be getting new trophies, it will include the trophy set from the original game as well as the DLC releases. 8 different trophies have been reworked to make them easier to obtain. What those trophies are remains to be seen.
All multiplayer.
I'm sure they are, and I suspect that they might all be attached to the DLC trophies, because those DLC trophies were hard.
Oh, really?
I would like to think that it wasn't the Factions trophies again, since that's 40 hours to get those gold trophies online. But The Last of Us Online is so good that I think I might jump back in again. Even though I don't play online, I won't talk to anyone. Don't talk to me.
I know.
Don't talk
You'll
to me
mute
online.
him. You'll mute him.
You see, I played The Last of Us early enough where it was still new and people were still playing with the campaign. I'd beaten the campaign before it came out. Where those few weeks I spent like hardcore with it, people weren't playing like as teams yet in Factions.
And so you were really good.
I was really good, but we didn't have to talk either. Like, there are people that will kick you out of their games if you're not like using mics or like won't play with you. So hopefully now PS4s have a new variety of people where I can get in there early, play with my kind of people that don't want to talk to each other, and then be out.
Bounce. Here's a question from Trey. He says, Dear Beyond. He put an exclamation and then he put a comma, which I'm not a fan of. Dear Beyond.
Yeah, no, that's no good. That's not going to do.
My name is Trey, and I have a deep concern about the PlayStation 4's hard drive capacity. With games like Killzone 3 and The Last of Us Remastered that at least take up 50 gigabytes
Killzone
apiece.
3.
Hey, I'm just reading the goddamn question. All right, everybody?
Swear.
No, you can say goddamn, can't you?
God damn.
Goddamn, I say. Woo! These are some goddamn good
I think that is
biscuits.
the only word that is legitimately a curse. Like, if you go down to the root of the word curse.
Yeah, you can say goddamn on TV, though, so.
See, a lot of things
I'm
on
not
TV.
worried about goddamn.
I'm not worried about
They said the
goddamn.
F word on Mad Men once.
They did, yeah. But they did the mute thing, didn't they?
No, on Mad Men, they got through once.
How'd they do
on
that?
Breaking Bad, they muted
They
it.
just
I don't
screwed
know,
up?
they probably paid a lot of money.
Okay. So he means Killzone Shadowfall and The Last of Us Remastered that at least take up 50 gigabytes apiece. How many games will I be able to save at once since I have 500 gigabytes hard drive? Since games
10.
like ACU...
The answer is 10.
Since games like AC Unity, Destiny, and Dragon Age Inquisition are probably bigger than this, will the PlayStation 4 launch a new console with a 1 terabyte hard drive? And should they launch this? Also, what should current owners of the 500 gigabyte hard drive do? And what should Sony do to help us? If they should do anything to help us. Thanks, Trey. Trey, I really enjoyed reading your letter. I just want you to know that.
I don't think Sony doesn't need to do anything now.
What you should have done, Trey, is follow Greg Miller's advice and put a terabyte in from day one.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did. I got it. Didn't even turn it on. Well, I think I might have turned it on. No, I didn't. I just yanked it out and put it in. There you go. I had a new hard drive. Everything reformatted. It was great.
Just delete your old games.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Why are you sitting on all these games you have?
When I platinum a game or I'm done with it, I'm just like, you got to go.
And it's not like you can, if 2 years from now you have an inkling to play Shadowfall again,
And you won't.
No,
but if
won't.
you do, Shadowfall is actually a really good game. But
No, this is the same thing. I mean, the collections, right? You know, like, why keep a collection? It's so rare that I ever feel like going back to something else. And if you have them installed, delete them. Don't delete your saves. You still have everything there. You just have to re-download it if you want to play it.
And just send your saves to the cloud for safekeeping. Especially because they're tethered. Like on Vita, they're tethered to each other. You're like you're out of luck if you delete your game data.
Oh, really?
But you
Vita.
can put those onto the cloud again, though.
You can, but I'm just saying, like, they're tied together. Like, there's no, like, if you delete your game from Vita, it doesn't. The save doesn't exist anymore.
Unless you upload it to the cloud. And
Right,
re-download
exactly.
it. Yeah,
exactly.
okay, just make sure.
Depressing.
So, because I actually went through my Vita, because the Vita is really the problem, not the PS4. I only have the 16 gig.
Sound like you're in a Sony boardroom right now.
That's what they say every day. I started deleting games because I'm like, do I really need Demon Gaze on here anymore? Am I really gonna go back and play this? But there's so many games on there where I'm like, I'll go back and play Dragon Fantasy.
No,
Surge Deluxe.
Surge Deluxe. You love that game.
I love Surge Deluxe.
Until you realize you weren't getting trophies.
Yeah, that was stupid. I had to get online the first time.
Dude, there's so many good Vita games, by the way. Shout out, I browse NeoGAF every once in a while, and there was a great thread on there. People might be able to find about all the upcoming Vita games. There are so many Vita games. There are more Vita games, I think, than any other, coming out than literally any other gaming platform.
Aside from Steam, I think that's absolutely true.
Yeah, PC. But 360 and PS3, obviously, Xbox One and PS4 don't have huge upcoming libraries. There's a ton of games coming. And I'm like, man, there's so many. There's got to be 100 of those games I want to play. So it's very exciting to see some of those products coming out, including. They just announced today, obviously, Rogue Legacy is coming out next week. That's a PS4, PS3 Vita. The week after that, the Swapper comes out. We already have that. Marty will review it. That's PS4, PS3 Vita. The week after that, Hohokum comes out. That's PS4, PS3 Vita.
So get
the
your
week
drugs
after that,
ready.
Counter Spy comes out. That's PS3, PS4 Vita. So
those are all cross-buy.
Yep.
I know Swapper's cross-save as well.
I think they're all cross-save.
Here's the thing. I know about all of those games. Played a couple of them. What about the Spy game?
Counter Spy.
Yeah, it sounds familiar, but is it...
So that's the one that has the art style that sort of looks like Archer. It's like a 60s Cold War spy. It's the mechanics are it's a side scroller, but you take cover behind things, and then the camera rotates, and it almost becomes like a shooting gallery game.
Interesting. Okay.
Where you want to pop out and use cover.
It sounds familiar, but I can't place it.
Our friend Ninja XYZ is working on it.
Oh, okay.
And he worked on Sly 4, obviously, at Sanzaru. Marty and I were talking about this before the show began. I have major concerns about that game, but Marty likes it, and I like the premise of it a lot. It's the imperialists versus the socialists, or whatever.
Yep.
And it's like a commentary on the Cold War. The idea is you're not taking sides; you're actually just trying to stop them from fighting each other at all.
Do you talk to him?
There's
a lot of talking?
No, a lot of talking. Stop. So there's you're sabotaging both sides.
Yeah,
interesting.
Their nuclear facilities and all that kind of stuff. It's a really cool idea. But when I played it at Gamescom in 2013, that game was bad, and I was really surprised by that because I played it before that and it was okay, I guess. They have a year since that point to have worked it out, and hopefully they have, because I think the premise is really sound. I think I'm going to review that game.
It's a lot of ex-LucasArts devs as well.
Oh,
Worked on some really rad games. Yeah, I played. I felt the same way when I played it when it was revealed. I think at Judges Week 2013. I felt cool premise, but just the execution wasn't there yet. Played an updated version at E3 this year, and it felt a lot better. So I only played for 10 minutes, but excited to see where it goes from there. And Rogue Legacy and Swapper both came out last year on PC. Rogue Legacy,
Rogue Legacy.
Both of those games are amazing. And the Swapper is going to be, it's sort of like a one-time only thing you're going to play through. It takes about 4 hours, but it's this amazing, it has the ambiance of Super Metroid meets 2001: A Space Odyssey, but the really smart puzzle solving of something like Portal.
Oh, cool.
Really great story. People are going to love that. And Rogue Legacy, anyone who grew up on games like Castlevania or Mega Man are just going to devour it. And Hohokum. I'm excited for Hohokum.
And Hohokum.
I'm excited about. No idea what it's about. No idea what I'm even doing.
There's nothing about
It's
it.
the same.
You just
It's,
play,
it's
you
imperialism
just
versus
live.
socialism.
Just live.
Yeah.
It's a
in
commentary
Hoboken.
on imperialism.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Vita. Carson writes in and says, "Hey, Colin, Greg, and the ever-rotating third chair.
Hey, Carson.
I've been holding off on a Vita because, number one, I am very cheap, and number two, it didn't have many games I wanted. I'd mostly be buying it for JRPGs, since I already play most of my indie titles on Steam and through the Humble Bunny.
Humble Bunny.
Humble Bunny.
We should start that site. Humble Bundle anyway. My question is, though, will the Vita get a price drop even further down with the news of no first-party titles in the works in consideration now?
No,
don't think so.
and people are really taking that first party thing out of context. I think too. There are first party games that are still coming out, and I bet you that there are first party titles in development. Gravity Rush is in development. Freedom Wars just came out. That Orishika, that really slick looking JRPG, is at development in Studio Japan. People are taking that a little out of context. I think.
Yeah.
But no, the Vita's not going to get another price drop.
I wanna
Not
roll-
anytime soon.
I agree with that. It seems like that would be admitting defeat. They can't just do that. They can't
And
be
frankly,
like, this thing's falling.
not that the numbers are huge. The Vita is selling out.
Right.
You know, like it's
Yeah.
just that they haven't supplied. Like Vita was at 60-something thousand in May and then fell to 15,000 in June in the United States, which is terrible because people couldn't find one.
Yeah.
They like didn't refresh, or replenish the channels, which is like really disappointing because they might have lost hundreds of thousands of potential sales around the world by people that were like intrigued. And it just might have been a thing where they don't want to do it now. So I think that was a huge mistake on their part. I don't know what happened there, like what the disconnect was. But
It's funny you bring that up because Ryan writes into beyond@ign.com and says, new Vitas are almost impossible to find in stores near me at the moment. So I'm asking, should I wait for more stock of the Vita Slim to appear in stores, or should I purchase a used model from another source, such as Craigslist? I know Colin in particular has previously criticized the Vita Slim for its flimsy, breakable feeling. I am personally torn between the slimmer form factor and extra battery life of the Slim model and the prettier OLED screen of the original model. I usually prefer to purchase brand new electronics, but in this case, I am unsure. What do you guys think?
I don't know. It depends on what's most important to you. It sounds like if you care about the battery life and stuff, you go with the new Vita. The new Vita is fine, but I think the OLED, like, I'm so glad I have an OLED Vita.
Yep, same here.
And it's fine. It has like a little scratch on it, but other than that, like on the screen, but other than that, it's totally fine. Battery's fine.
I love my Slim. I would say wait for the Slim, especially because you sound like you like brand new electronics. Craigslist is such a weird thing, right? Like I think, and like I always tell a story back in Colombia when I had a PlayStation 2 that was broken and only played the DVDs you turned over that were blue, like the Sims game, right? That's all it would play. So I traded that in with the Sims game to a pawn shop because they didn't know what to look for, and they turned it on, they put the Sims in, boot it up, great, here's your money, and I was like, thanks. Backed out slowly, knew when I pulled off a
That guy's now
job.
listening to like the podcast. He's
Well,
like,
that's
coming.
that's
Poor
unsavory.
bastard. Whatever. We were in
That's an
college. We
unsavory
talk
thing.
about it all the time in college. You do what you had to keep gaming. And like, so that's my thing now. Whenever I think about buying used, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you're gonna turn on. There's gonna be a broken pixel, or a button's gonna stick, or there's gonna be some ding you're gonna see that isn't your ding, and that's gonna drive you crazy. Like the Vita I had for so long, right? Is the one I dropped down the cheese grater stairs at IGN, so it was all dinged up and torn apart at the back. But those were that was the story, and that was my story. You know what I mean? And like,
You don't want someone else's thing.
now I got that pink and black beauty from Japan. I love it.
In terms of the screen, I completely agree that like I have a launch Vita and I can never I can't use the slim screen. But if you haven't played the launch one, you're going to be just fine with the slim.
Yeah, you don't know what you're missing. You don't know
See,
what you're missing.
I use the launch one, the ones we imported from Japan forever, and even now, I've never been that hung up on visuals and stuff. Like I've never been that guy. Like the 1080p, 720 people out there, or whatever. That's not me. So I don't even notice the difference. So when they're side by side, I'm like, oh, it's brighter, it's clear, but whatever.
Yeah.
When I'm playing my 1001 spikes, I'm not like, oh, this looks like garbage.
I can only see 999 of the spikes.
Number 6. So these next 3 stories are all from different interviews with Arnie Meyer from Naughty Dog.
I know him. He plays hockey.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Number 6. Speaking of The Last of Us.
True.
Naughty Dog is investigating ways to continue the series. In a conversation with VideoGamer.com, Naughty Dog's Arnie Meyer noted that, quote, stick with me here.
I'm with you, bro.
Stick with me. It would be a disservice to ourselves and our fans, end quote, to not explore how to continue the massively successful first game in the sequel, quote. It really comes down to, is there something interesting in this universe we've created that we want to continue to explore? Is it something that we can get the entire team passionate about? Is it something we can get creative directors excited about and then continue it? We're just starting to explore the ideas of what could be there in the universe and starting the decision process. That doesn't mean the end result is guaranteed, end quote. I think there will be a Last of Us 2.
Absolutely.
The game sold like 7 or 8 million copies. Like, they would be insane to not do a sequel and another one after that.
Card game on the Vita.
That'd be great.
I bet it'll be open world. I'm calling it out.
Last of Us 2's open world.
Oh, semi-open world. They're going to look at stuff like DayZ and sort of...
So my question was going to be, is it going to be online, you think? Other people playing in your world stuff?
I don't know.
God, please don't.
I know. Trust me. I don't want a Last of Us 2. I'm perfectly happy with that. The exact emotional beat where the first one ends.
Right.
And then Left Behind, I thought was. I didn't want DLC, but in terms of DLC, I was really happy with that.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like if they're going to do it, they're going to do it bigger.
Okay.
On a bigger scale.
Go big or go home.
Yeah. That was Billy Zane from Titanic.
Yep.
Number 7, Naughty Dog's Arnie Meyer.
Go big or go home.
Also talked to IGN about the future of Crash Bandicoot and Jak 4. Recently, Sony's Andrew House noted that Crash may indeed make a comeback in the future, and we talked about how that Sony doesn't own that name, so I don't know how that would even happen. But would Naughty Dog work on it? Quote, it's never off the table. It's not too much time passing, but it's the same issues we explored with the Jak game. Is it something that makes sense for us now? I mean, we still have the people that worked on the Crash games in the studio. We never put our past, and we never forget our past. It would be great for nostalgic reasons. It'd be the same reason as why there isn't a Jak 4. I don't know if it's playing to our strengths right now, which is what we often say. Right now, what's exciting everyone at the studio is continuing to work on narrative-driven games with strong characters. So that's cool that at least you're talking about it. I would not count on Naughty Dog doing Crash Bandicoot, though.
Yeah.
That's what we're back to. We like developers being honest.
Yeah,
talking
exactly.
about stuff.
I want them to do something colorful again, though. I like colors.
Like Uncharted?
Yeah, but a little cartoony and colorful.
Oh,
I
okay.
miss Jak 1.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they're never
The
going to go back.
Precursor's
They'll never
Legacy.
go back
Yeah,
to
the
that.
Precursor's Legacy.
Number 8, in that same conversation, Arnie Meyer noted that an Uncharted Trilogy on PS4 is possible in the lead up to the release of Uncharted 4
No
Thieves End in
way.
2015. Quote, it'd be nice. It's always nice to find ways to try and expand your audience. I don't know how we'd ever pull that off, but I don't want to say we wouldn't do it. I think if everything aligns, we should make an attempt to look into it and do it as well. So,
how would you do it? Probably
have
the
another
same way you're
studio do
doing
it.
Last of Us Remastered.
No,
Yeah,
they shouldn't do it themselves. That's
They
always.
won't. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I imagine that if you made a list of the sort of 10 biggest either series or games of last gen, there's a good chance all of them at some point in the next 3 years are going to be coming to, PS4 and Xbox
Right.
One.
And finally, what we were talking about before, number 9. If you're in North America, you're in luck. Sony's annual summer sales program Play has returned for 2014. And it includes Rogue Legacy, The Swapper, Hohokam, and Counterspy, which are all coming to PS4, PS3, and Vita. PS Plus members can get 20% off each game by pre-ordering, and if you buy 2 games, you get $3 back. 3 games get you $6 back, and all 4 games get you $10 back. So you can potentially buy them all pretty cheap if you want to.
Buy them all. I can vouch for the first 2.
Yeah.
So buy those for sure.
Okay.
I played a lot of Hohokam.
It's a relaxing game.
It's absolutely
You get in there,
relaxing
you just
game.
fool around. It's not like
Yeah.
a game though. So
Yeah,
don't
it
expect
feels like,
anything.
remember Pixel Junk Eden?
Sure.
Feels like that.
Got some
Love that game.
Noby boy in there
Yeah.
too, though.
No, Noby Boy was just a big nonsense simulator.
That's what this game kind of is. There's stuff going on, but it's
Yeah.
still nonsensical.
Sure.
Don't take that away from me.
Yeah, and it's also both games have the sort of clash between socialism and capitalism.
Yep, there's a lot of subtext to it. Colin, there's one piece of news here that Eric Gerson wrote in with. He said, Beyond.
Beyond.
What's up, Greg, Colin, and the ever-rotating third
Hi,
chair?
Eric.
He spelled it the Eric way. ER3C. I like that a lot. That was that debuted last time.
Really?
On the show.
Ow, you're poking
I
me.
was a
I
big
have sunburn
fan.
on this arm. You keep poking me with
How would
paper. I fell asleep on the Russian River this weekend.
You went to Russia?
Let me see how bad it is.
I can't.
Did you fall asleep on an inner tube?
No, on the beach.
Where's Russian River?
It's like an hour north.
Oh, damn, that is pretty red.
No?
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be okay.
Yeah,
What if I just
didn't want
slapped
you to
it?
get too
What if I
baby.
just slapped it as hard as I could? All right.
You'll be all right.
As soon as it's exposed. I just wanted to share some happy news with you guys and the rest of the Beyond Nation. This past Saturday, my longtime girlfriend Amanda and I got engaged.
Congratulations.
Was the diamond shaped like a Vita?
I don't think so.
It's the worst.
We met in law school 6 years ago, so I had one of our old professors bait her into coming back to school to participate in a discussion group. When she arrived at the lecture hall where we first met back in 2008. That was weird. I've never said that. 2008, but you say 2014 now. It's a brave new world. She found not a discussion group, but tables covered in rose petals, candles, an engagement ring, and me. Needless to say, she said yes.
And the professor was naked in the room.
He pulled the old naked man.
He then burned our degrees. Anyway, to commemorate this momentous occasion, I was hoping A, to get a proper Beyond shout-out. Beyond. Congratulations, Eric. And B, to have you guys share my remaining unused Destiny beta code, which is as follows. M7C52ANJDQFE. Lots of love, fellas. Keep up the excellent work. As always, Beyond. Beyond, Eric. Congratulations to you and Amanda.
Congratulations. And I understand why he's giving away the Destiny code, because between the naked professor and his new fiance, he's not going to have a lot of time to to play video games. So he's got,
for the 3 days the beta's coming back.
They're running from the naked professor. He's like Jason, just like constantly chasing them through the rest of their life.
Did you guys get to play Destiny beta?
I did.
I like that.
Big fan. I'm super into it. I played it for an hour and then I was like, I'm done. I'm sold. I don't want to spoil this for me. I'll play the final version.
What about you?
No, I don't really care about the game, to be honest. So it's not something I'm really interested in. Be honest. Maybe I'll play when it comes out, but it's
hate
just
multiplayer.
There's not a lot in September. You don't need to play multiplayer.
Sure,
I'm
but there's going to be idiots running around his world.
I'm really engaged. Danganronpa comes out in September.
Oh,
there it is.
Danganronpa
I brought
2.
it up before you came into the room.
What'd you say?
I was saying that like you were late. God damn. You were going to be late because you were working on a review or something for a review.
And
he guessed Danganronpa 2.
Yeah, Danganronpa 2.
Yeah.
Goodbye, despair.
That daggone
That sounds
Rampa.
like a My Chemical Romance album.
It does. No, a lot of fun. I liked it. It's one of those. Now that I finally got to hear the story and context and whatever, I was like, oh, okay, now I understand a bit more what's happening. Like, I like Dinklage's new computerized voice.
So do I.
I like, it's just like anything else, right? I've been before E3, I'd fallen back down the Diablo 3 rabbit hole, right? And like, it's just that constant quest for better loot. Mm-hmm. And so even when in the beginning of this one, when I'm playing, and you get there and you're like, all right, great job on the thing. There's like no exposition from the character. It's just like, what weapon or piece of armor do you want? I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay, this is what the
breaking
game's
stuff
gonna
down into jail, kicking Colin. I'm sorry.
Just keep kicking
no, I'm just
me.
dropping.
That's
I'm sorry,
he has sunburn down
Colin.
there.
I'm just sitting here not hurting anyone.
I pantomimed kicking Mark Nix today in the lunchroom. He just stopped. He had no idea.
He reached for his holster.
I was dead before I hit the ground. Marty.
Yeah.
I'm really excited
So much.
for a whole bunch of video games coming out, like Destiny.
Yeah.
But that's so far away.
It is.
If I wanted to know where to go right now to get the information on what games are out right now, where would I go?
Wikipedia?
It's a valid answer.
No,
Is it the Andrew Goldfarb Shane Memorial?
Yeah, that's a good short name
Whatever
for
it's
it.
called, yeah.
It's the Andrew Goldfarb Memorial upcoming list of PlayStation software on all 3 platforms by the IGN editors.
Please pre-order the Borderlands a pre-sequel.
Did you watch the video?
Yeah.
Did you watch the
sent the
video?
video.
I scrubbed through
There's
it.
a new.
I got no time for that.
There's a new Borderlands video out showing you. It's on the Nerdist channel on how to do the. They're going to do a flash mob sequence, and it stars Craig Baradon, formerly of IGN fame, the handsome man from We Get Huge.
Like Sean Rivers' brother.
Yeah,
formerly.
but nobody knows who that is, so I wasn't going to call him out.
Little Rivers Jr., Rivers Phoenix. Alive and well.
Yep.
Back from the grave 20 years later. On PlayStation 4, Le Tour de France 2014 comes out. Greg, that means the Tour de France
Yeah.
in English.
Is there a move thing for me to do like this?
I hope so.
Is it cross-buy, cross-save?
It's already available on PS3. I don't know how they interact with each other. And more importantly, Oddworld New and Tasty is out digitally.
We gave it good scores.
8.5.
Yeah.
On PlayStation 3, Entwined comes out. That's already on PS4. You can probably save to skip that one. Might and Magic
people
Duel
like
of Champions Forgotten War is out digitally. And The Walking Dead Season 2 Episode 4 is out digitally.
Mitch's review will be up soon.
Oh, and I'm sorry, go ahead.
The Dark Souls DLC.
Dark Souls DLC. We don't do DLC, but Dark Souls, unless it's DLC that I deem important enough to be on the site.
Burn.
You burn.
Yeah, Dark Souls DLC is out. And Atelier Rorona Plus, The Alchemist of Arland, is also out on
Okay, so
PlayStation.
that deserves... all 4 of those nonsense words deserve a
Welcome to
place.
Podcast Beyond.
And on PlayStation Vita, The Walking Dead Season 2 Episode 4, Entwined, and Atelier Rorona Plus, The Alchemist of Arland.
Hey, shout out
to Alchemists.
No, to Telltale's PlayStation Vita team. It only took them 4 episodes, but here they are, day and date,
did it.
just like they
Yeah.
were promised forever ago.
Still no Wolf Among Us.
Nobody's begging for that. Time to put that wolf down. That dog doesn't bark.
People are lupining for it, though.
Oh,
Is
damn.
that a character in it?
No, lupin is the Latin name for a wolf.
Oh, didn't know
And
that.
to pine for something.
I
is
know
to
what pining
want,
is.
to want.
Yeah.
When you pine for something, it means
Why do
you
you think-
desire it.
People
you
are
ever
ready
see
to
Harry
wolf
Potter?
it down. Yeah, I saw Harry Potter.
The character's name was Lupin? Remus Lupin?
Who's
He was
that?
a werewolf.
Oh, well, they should have known right away he was going to be that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
It's
they
a
took
dead
their
giveaway.
Latin.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm
Commissioner
like,
Gordon's in that movie.
like Charlie Murder, don't be friends with that kid.
No.
He's probably going to kill
Steve
everyone.
Butts.
Yeah, Steve Butts. Yeah.
You know it's going to go south.
We're all fired.
Topic of the week, everybody. This one comes from Michael Romaine Jr. He sent it into beyond@ign.com just like you can. He's from Louisville, Kentucky. That has nothing to do with anything. My name is
Louisville,
Michael.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
God bless.
We're going to go soon.
Bourbon country.
My name is Michael. And my birthday is coming up uppercase. I don't know why.
Did you write? Why are you reading it like that?
Because it's how I.
My name is Michael, and my birthday is coming up. I was wonder what should I ask for. That's what it says.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry that sometimes I have fun reading the letters.
I thought you put a period after everyone or a comma after everyone.
Well, it's the fact that there's so many crazy for no reason. He's uppercasing things.
Yeah,
my name is Michael, and my birthday is coming up. And I was wonder what should I ask for. I already have PlayStation Plus and get free games on my Vita along with my PlayStation 4. But I can get games on Steam for cheap on a laptop. Any ideas? Thanks and keep up the good work.
Just play Resogun and be done with it already.
I don't know.
Wouldn't you have that already?
I don't know.
Not necessarily.
Go get a book.
Go get a book.
There you go.
There you go.
I like reading.
I bought a book the other day.
What'd you buy?
No, you
Horns, a novel.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Horns?
Yeah, that's the Joe Hill novel, right?
Yep.
Daniel Radcliffe starring in the movie.
Yep.
It's about a boy with horns.
Now you're gonna read it.
Yes. I swear.
When's the last time you read a book?
The Game Over one. Not Game Over. The Console Wars.
Game Over, Greggy the book.
Yeah. I wrote my own book, and then I read it.
We're
We're a big fan. 8.0.
Yeah. Not good, not great. Yeah, what should he buy? Should he go for PlayStation games or should he go for Steam games on his laptop?
PlayStation games. Duh.
There you go. Winner.
Podcast Beyond.
Dang, one.
Son?
Yeah.
Are you going to go play Civilization 5? You should do that, actually. Why don't you just go buy Civilization 5?
Play
Also,
SimCity.
you could get Rogue Legacy and the Swapper for pennies.
Yeah.
Pennies on the dollar. But you have to play them with a mouse and a keyboard.
You absolutely do not have to do that.
Is this the
Correction,
problem
you do
now?
not have to play them with a mouse and a keyboard.
Is this the problem, Marty, that console gamers get excited for these indies to come over that have been on PC for a year, and then it turns out that they're way cheaper there, but nobody thinks about it, and yada, yada, yada?
Yeah, I mean, you're sort of paying a premium for A, playing it on a console, and B, I mean, it is cool that you can play it, granted with Steam, you can play it on any PC ever.
Yeah.
But it's cool that, especially those 4 games that we mentioned before, you can play on, any of your Sony devices, aside from a PS2 or a PS1.
Sure.
And you don't have to play with a mouse and a keyboard.
Yeah, you don't have to play
That's
with
the
a
big
mouse
part.
keyboard.
You get trophies. You don't have to update your
trophies.
drivers
Yeah.
usually. Or
So
if you do that, it's automatic.
I feel like I would recommend a Vita much less to someone who's already an avid Steam gamer, someone who already has access to all these indies. Whereas I'm not a big I'll play PC games for work, but I don't have a PC like a gaming PC at home.
Yeah.
So yeah, I use my Vita all the time.
Colin, do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I'll play a PC game when I really feel compelled by it.
Yeah.
Gone Home.
Yeah.
Excellent game. But that's coming to PS4, which
Yeah,
is exciting.
with trophies.
And I'll have trophies. I have no idea what the hell they
A
could
new
possibly
room.
be.
I'm really intrigued about what the trophies are going to be.
I hope it has a platinum.
Find
which
all
would
the
be
notes
ridiculous.
and stuff. I hope it does.
No, it will not have a platinum. There's no way. In
Find all the
God's
notes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it'll be some weird. Beat it in 5 minutes.
Put cereal in every room.
That's actually really easy to do.
Yeah.
Once you
just
play it
run
the
through.
first time, you know exactly where to go.
Yeah, no, I agree with what Marty's saying. I don't care for playing games on PC because I just feel like I feel so confined when I'm on a PC. Like I just don't want to sit in front of that thing and
Also,
I
I
don't know.
associate it one-to-one with work.
Sure.
So being in front of a PC, I almost am always in that mindset of like, man, I need to check my email. I need to look at this.
Yeah, it's very distracting. Civilization 5 was the only exception in the last many years where I was like, oh my god, this game is so... And I wanted it so bad to come to a console, but it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Because the UI is so small and such a little quaint little,
You can get your
everything's
Steam
on the
box
screen.
and your Steam controller and all that garbage.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, don't do that.
I don't think that's going to happen.
All right.
Just go buy the games on Steam. What am I saying? I don't care.
You
It's
ain't
your
getting-
life.
you ain't
Live it
getting
however
money.
you want.
This one comes from Josh. He says Beyond.
Yeah.
With the news this week that the Uncharted movie would begin filming sometime in 2015, who would you like to see step into the role of Nathan Drake? My pick would be Chris Evans. I think he has the physical stature, nice guy attitude, and gravitas to give the role of Nathan Drake what he deserves. Love what you guys do. MIZZOU. I'm saying Scott Porter. This is something I stumbled on the other day. Somebody asked me on Twitter who
The
should
Good
do
Wife,
it.
Scott Porter.
I think
He was in
of
season 2 of The
Heart
Good
of
Wife.
Dixie, Scott Porter.
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights, Scott Porter. Walking Dead season 2, Scott Porter.
Yeah.
Lego Batman 3, Superboy, Scott Porter. That's the guy we're talking about.
Okay, yeah.
He's also in the to-do list. I did not know that until
Was
I was
he?
watching
Oh,
the to-do
yeah, he
list.
worked at the pool.
And man, is he a good-looking guy.
Yeah, he's
Ooh,
handsome.
Doctor.
Yeah.
But anyways, he's got that good-natured attitude. He's a young and upcomer. He's got that fun face. He seems like he'd be a good Nathan Drake. He can emote. He can be serious. He can be funny.
Gotcha.
Make out with Elena.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's my pick. That's who I'm voting for.
I I would go with obviously everyone's like Nathan Fillion. Nathan Fillion's getting a little old.
That's the that's the thing. Like in general, and I don't mean to be knocking Nathan. I don't mean to be knocking Nolan North.
Yeah,
both these guys I think have aged out of where they need to put Nathan Drake for a trilogy of movies.
Yeah, he needs to be the age Harrison Ford was when he was doing Star Wars and Indiana Jones, which is 20s, early 30s.
Sure.
It's my hopes that they don't make any more Spider-Man movies. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping Andrew Garfield doesn't have to be Peter Parker anymore.
Aren't there? They already have him. There's way more Spider-Mans.
The third Spider-Man has been put on hihiatus.
Oh, interesting. I didn't
they are
know
making
that.
a Sinister Six movie, and all that garbage.
Yes.
So I could see. I feel like Andrew Garfield has the. He's got the spunk, the charisma. Sure. He's handsome. I don't know if he has the mass murdering attitude of Nathan Drake.
Well, they dial that back a bit of it.
They would have to
because that's where, like in video games, we just let that go. And we don't even think about it. In movies, holy, you just murdered 300 people to get here.
Yeah,
snapping necks.
Yeah,
my favorite always is in Uncharted 2 when I first played that. There's that section in the very beginning where you got to take down security guards, quietly just knock them out. And I knocked one of them out and he fell face down at a fountain. There's no way to turn him over. Like, oh my God, Nathan, why?
He was like a contractor.
Yeah, exactly. Totally normal dude protecting a museum you're trying to steal stuff from.
It was weird that, like, there's no, like, even, like, reference to like, his mass murdering in the games, like, even in an anecdotal way. Like, you think they would kind of...
I feel like 4 is going to have something. 4 is going to be the game where he's, like, revisited by the ghosts of his demon. It's going to be like when Snake had to, like, walk down that river. Yeah. You have an actor in mind?
No. Jack Nicklaus. Not Jack Nicholson. Not the golfer. Jack Nicholson, the actor.
The Joker.
Yeah, the Joker.
Okay.
That's going to be my guy. Yeah.
That's an interesting one. You're going to different
Or Rosie
direction.
O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell would be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Huge.
I was just thinking...
Last joke, because it's taped to the desk.
I was just thinking about the pictures of you, man. Like, we were going through last week.
Yeah.
And how... how Nick was saying that he wants Rosie O'Donnell to play you in a movie.
I
can see it. I can totally see it.
Oh, it's too good. It's too good.
Whatever happened to Rosie?
She's
Isn't she
hanging
on
out.
The View?
Yeah, no, I think she's going back to The View.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They, like, fired everyone on that show. I know that because I read the AP.
Okay, even Joy Behar?
I think I don't think Joy Behar is even on it anymore.
Oh, so are they bringing back the original crew then?
I think it's like only Whoopi's like I think the only original, or she's not even original, but
She's
she's been
old.
on it for a long time.
What about Elizabeth Hasselbeck?
The biggest.
No, Elizabeth Hasselbeck went to Fox or something, and then I think Joy Behar, doesn't she have a show on like Headline News or something?
That sounds
Are
right.
you?
That sounds
Is
right.
the next big history piece you're working on the history of The View?
Yeah, I would love that.
That'd be amazing.
That would sell millions of copies because that
That'd
show
be
is so
amazing.
popular.
All right.
But yeah, I'm gonna say Rosie O'Donnell as Nathan Drake and Greg.
Okay, I like that. So then I can play Nathan Drake at some point too.
You could play Rosie O'Donnell in a movie.
I will trade that 120%. I got my koosh balls.
Oh, dude, I used
Remember
to
that? Oh yeah.
I'm just saying, I used to love Rosie O'Donnell's show, like in the
me too.
90s, and
Yeah.
the guy that played piano.
Yeah.
Paul Schaefer.
No,
Not
it
Paul
was
Schaefer,
Nick
nope.
D something, wasn't it?
I don't remember. I think she was a really funny
Yeah.
woman. She kind of went off the deep end though a little bit.
Yeah.
When she was like, she had like these feuds with like Donald Trump and all these random people.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
That's what happened.
And Donald Trump's like saying awful things about her.
Yeah.
Like, and just like it's kind of weird. Go do your talk show.
Yeah,
It was funny. It was when you were
Her
funny.
name's Rosie.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Queen and Ice. Wasn't that what her? She did. That was.
This is literally the worst segment. You are no longer the #1 PlayStation podcast.
We have a brand new segment that's going to turn it around. Colin, are you ready?
Yeah,
This is our brand new Podcast Beyond segment.
Okay.
It's called This Week's Horrible PSN Name.
Okay. Oh,
This
that's
one
good.
comes from Sean.
Okay.
He says Beyond.
Beyond.
Hey there, Greg, Colin, and the temporary Goldfarb.
Oh, man.
I might have the worst PSN name in the history of PSN names. Awesome Schlon.
That is an awesome
That
name.
is really good.
That's a really good name.
I created it without fully realizing the long-term consequences. Luckily, it hasn't caused me too many issues since I did most of my gaming on Xbox and only played exclusives like Uncharted, Resistance, and The Last of Us on PS3. Thanks in part to this podcast, I bought a Vita and have pre-ordered the Glacier White Destiny PS4 bundle, so I'm hoping to become more involved in the PlayStation community. My question is...
Become legend. Become awesome schlong.
Should I give up the embarrassingly horrible moniker of Awesome Schlong, then in parentheses, oddly derived from Solid Snake? Listeners can add me to learn more, end parentheses, or wait until at USP finally grants the ability to change your PSN name. Thanks, and Beyond from Canada, Sean.
How great would it be if you're playing through Journey, you have this amazing moment with one other wander in the game. You climb the mountain together, credits roll, and your friend is Awesome Shalom.
That is an awesome name.
That is really good.
There's some names I've seen on PSN I can't even really say on the show that where I'm like, how did you get away with
during
that?
our, and part of this was on us, during our Destiny 2-hour beta live stream, we had notifications on.
Yeah.
And people started spamming them,
Yeah.
and it started getting really bad. Like, you are being very racist in very creative ways.
Did you jump out and turn them off?
Eventually we did. Yeah, we should have just nipped that one in the bud.
We learned that the hard way
lesson
when we were doing, what was the
live stream.
The Haiti live stream?
But it was like a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's something from now on. Anytime I'm on a live stream, we'll be like, hey, can we turn
Extra
those off?
Life. Yeah,
a long time ago.
That's when we met Long Dawn Silver.
Yeah, Long Dawn Silver was one of our.
That's really
He's
good.
still on my friends list.
See, those are all good ones. I like those. Like, you don't have a lot of symbols and like weird signs.
Right,
and
underscores.
And numbers. Yeah. Awesome Song is
Song.
great. I own it. That's great. Yeah, I'm a big fan.
I mean, if he hasn't, I'm of two minds to this, right? Well, I'm of three minds. A, they will eventually let you change your name, I'm sure.
Sure.
I've been saying that for a very long time.
Yeah, but it's some architectural problem with the PlayStation Network. They are leaving millions of dollars on the table, like by not
if they charge a couple bucks for you.
Like there are people like since the PSP days that are like desperate probably to change their name.
Sure.
And then, so that's one thing. Number two, if he has games attached to it, he doesn't want to abandon those because he's not going to get them back.
That's
if he
the
changes
problem.
his name.
But how often is he going to go back and play those games? Being honest.
Yeah, that's true. But the third thing that you have to think about is that he's gotten away with it for this long, so he's probably not going to get in trouble for that name. But since he didn't play very much on PS3, no one probably maybe noticed. Like that name could be reported, and you might just get banned. So you might want to change it if you're not attached to your trophies in your back catalog. Then I guess there's no reason not to. But
maybe his name's Awesome's H Long.
I was just chilling out.
It's like a law firm. Awesome's H Long.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
that is a great name.
Yeah, I think it comes down to how much you have invested. What's your trophy level and how many games are on there that you actually care about it? Because if you're making the jump to PlayStation 4, your PlayStation 3 library doesn't even matter anymore.
That's true. I just know that if I my account got they took my trophies away, I would just be like, I'm not playing video games anymore.
And he says he's playing Vita stuff, so it's just reset your Vita and put it in the new name, and there you go. Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't sound like you have much to lose. And at some point,
I don't know. I feel like you got a lot to lose.
Grow up.
Also, if you're getting rid of that name, tell me.
Yeah, Marty will throw you a few bucks Canadian to get that one.
It's a buyer's market.
Yeah.
I'm just so intrigued. Like people ask us all the time, like when are we going to be able to change our names? And I'm like, I don't know, like what the holdup is. I really don't understand why it's so hard.
Yeah, like you said, literally millions of dollars.
Yeah, like people, like the longer it goes, the more people are going to be like you could start. There are people out there that would pay $50 to change their PSN name right now. It's like, not that I'm saying you should charge that much, but $10 a piece, like. Or just a one-time free thing where it's like we're letting you do it for 1 week. You have one chance to change your name.
Yeah,
I don't understand. Like, I'm sure it's like very complicated in the back end, or they would do it. But it's like that's a pretty important problem to fix. And ever since they had that thing on PlayStation Blog where you can vote up what you think the most important fixes are, that's like always been at the top.
Yeah,
that's funny.
And they've just never fixed it.
There's something going on.
But I think I really do think that they know. They know. They're not stupid.
Oh yeah.
Like Shu explained it to us, I think last year at E3. He was like, we only have so many people and so many problems to fix on PSN, and like we have to figure out how we're going to use our resources, and that's just not a resource that is breaking the PlayStation Network.
I think this is a good lesson in accountability, though.
Yes, I always talk about this.
Yeah.
This is what I always talk about, that there are repercussions to what you do.
Yeah, exactly. Even when you're a kid. That's why I think like if you should be allowed to comment on anything you want, but you should have to there's no identity you can hide behind. You have to be you. You have to enter your, I don't know, not your social security number, obviously,
your
but
fingerprint.
It has to be you. You're not like Boner Jam 57. You are your first and last name.
Yeah.
So if you're going to say something awful, everyone's going to know you're an awful person.
Right.
Boner Jam Bong Bro 420.
Ooh,
that's a good name.
Awesome schlong.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you send us your stories of your horrible PSN names for future installments of this week's horrible PSN name. Back to questions. This one comes from Carlton.
Carlton Banks?
It's not unusual. I've heard that dude's a huge a-hole.
Really?
Yeah. In real life.
I don't believe
Alfonso Ribeiro.
I don't believe it. Mm-hmm. I refuse to believe it.
A friend of mine was eating dinner next to him and his wife, girlfriend, fiance, whoever, in a restaurant. He was verbally berating her.
Well, don't we all do that once or twice to our significant other?
Not in a restaurant.
Yeah, you do it to me all the time.
Exactly.
Not at a BW3s. I don't know where it was.
Well,
probably
of course, that's a happy place. I can't berate Colin at a BW3. Carlson says, Dear Greg, Colin in the ever-rotating third chair. So far, PlayStation 4 games look pretty, but none of them really struck me like games of old. What game or games do you think will be the first to tug at our heartstrings? Carlton, go play Valiant Hearts. I did the
Valiant Heartstrings.
I did the real man thing, finishing Valiant Hearts in the 1 tier rolls down my
You
cheek.
sucked it back up.
And I was like, don't look at me, Steimer. Drank a beer, punched Portillo, picked up an American flag. No, that by far I thought was so far the most emotional experience I've had on my PlayStation 4.
So wait, what is he saying? Emotional like games
Yeah,
of
I was
yore, or
confused by
like
this
nostalgic?
He's saying that no PlayStation 4 game has tugged on his heartstrings yet.
Oh, okay.
Infamous does nothing for him.
Oh, yeah.
The plight of the people in Resogun, where you're saving the last humans, does nothing.
Yeah,
for
because
him.
they're saying stuff to you like, like about time or took you like they're always like talking
Sassy. Yeah.
smack to you.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just saved you from these horrifying polygonal enemies.
That'd be nice.
It doesn't matter that you had to
Get
wait
my
a few more
back,
minutes.
yo.
Some of your friends fell into the pitted chasms of despair, and they're gone forever.
Yeah.
And you're talking to me like that?
You rotate the ship, throw them off.
I think Child of Light is another good example of an emotional game.
I agree.
Beautifully written, beautiful game. Both of Ubisoft's little, art games this year have been
UbiArt.
really, really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I would say I'm gonna bring up the Swapper again. That
Okay.
is a nice little final act that made me think.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
excited to play that.
The crew.
The crew's gonna make
If you see your crewmate crash, that can be emotional. Yeah, but then he just
then he
respawns,
just respawns
fine.
and it's like
Yeah.
okay.
There are games that try for sure. We were talking about I can't remember the name of it now.
Infamous.
No, the game from the Foster City studio. Those students. What was that game called?
Oh, Unfinished Swan?
No,
Entwined.
Entwined. They try. That game just is frustrating though. So it's not like
You don't get lost in it.
no, it's not emotional. You have to think like the reason I complain about it in my review, and it's okay. It's like you have to. It's not nearly at the level of like an Unfinished Swan or a Journey or a Flower, where like you're not really thinking about it as a game. Like you're just kind of experiencing it and exploring and feeling the emotions and reading into it what you want. Like you're constantly like playing a game in Entwined, and I'm like, that's
You're screwing up.
yeah. It's like that's not like at the end of every stage when you have to like really think about it.
Yeah.
I'm like I don't. No. This isn't gonna do. So, but they tried. That could have been one of those experiences.
Yeah.
Also, Octodad.
Actually, that is
The Octopus
sad
Father.
one.
I don't like that game at all.
No.
We've talked
I
about
thought
that.
we were
actually,
saying it was sad. It was
I like it
emotional.
a lot.
I don't know if
Point,
it's better on
counterpoint.
PC or whatever. I only played on PS4. It controls like garbage. That game.
But that's
like,
the whole point of the game.
Yeah, but it's actually like I've talked to a lot of people on Twitter. The idea of the game is not for it to control like garbage. The idea for it is for for your movements to be funny and comical.
Yeah.
But like the game is, and I talked to a bunch of people on Twitter and they're like, yeah, I totally agree. I'm like, this game like is actually annoying. Like it's not like you laugh for a few minutes as you're playing, and then you're like, man, I really just want to put this hamburger on this grill and be done with it. Like I'm really dying to put my hand, I'm dying to not do this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's funny.
yeah, I was disappointed with that game, but that's another story entirely.
Fun distraction.
The end of Tearaway was emotional to me.
I never beat it.
I thought the last act of Tearaway.
It was emotional in the way that I also hated it. It was like, end. Can this end? Please
you guys
stop.
You guys are heartless Jays.
Yeah.
Jerks.
Oh, okay.
I had to clarify
God
that.
damn! I didn't know what that J stood for. All right, everybody. Blowing the dust off this one, bringing back hit of the week for you. This one comes from Tommy. It's Tommy from the Bean. Go Huskies.
Go Huskies.
Yeah.
The
He's
Bean.
making call out to you. Bean being Boston.
Yeah.
Huskies being Northeastern.
Yeah,
Right? All right.
correct.
All right.
What the hell just happened?
Colin talks in code. Tommy says beyond.
Beantown.
Beyond.
Could I please be hit of the week for The Last of Us Remastered multiplayer? This coincides with Colin muting everyone in multiplayer games. Colin!
Yeah.
In The Last of Us multiplayer, when a team is talking with one another and working together, it is an unstoppable force in The Last of Us. I feel like in the multiplayer, it is a bunch of SOCOM vets, and I rarely run into anyone who has a mic on other than just to talk about the game being played. I guarantee you would have spent half the time getting the multiplayer trophies if you didn't mute everyone.
No, I doubt it. I was still wrecking shop when I was playing that game, so no, I was pretty much on point.
All right. Well, either way, Tommy's looking for more multiplayer fun on PlayStation 4 for The Last of Us Remastered. His PSN is Toma-Toka. All caps, but that doesn't matter. Toma-Toca. Toma-Toka.
Also, everyone add Awesome Schlong.
Yeah,
Everyone,
awesome
everyone
while you're at it.
talk to Awesome Schlong. Tell him.
Is it AWES?
It's just like it sounds.
Awesome. So Schlong is
Is it-
SCH.
Yeah, is it SCH or SH? Does he have Germanic roots?
Oh, I don't like you guys sometimes.
Schlong.
I'm looking.
Shalange. Shalange.
It is Awesome Schlong is SHLONG.
Oh, they spelled it wrong.
Awesome
He's young.
SH
He was
long.
naive.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he probably didn't.
He's innocent.
I'm
He
sure
wants to
Austin.
change his name so he can put a C in
I was
there.
going to say Austin.
How amazing would that be?
I've been dying to change my name.
I screwed up and I missed the C. I bought a PlayStation 3 on day one to get this name, and I screwed it up. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Podcast Beyond, episode 352. Thank you for joining us. Remember, send your questions, comments, and concerns to beyond@ign.com. Then remember that Podcast Beyond posts on the podcast service of your choice every Tuesday as an MP3. You can get it on IGN as well. Then Wednesday, the video goes up on IGN.com, YouTube.com/IGN, and the free IGN PlayStation 4 app. That's fun, right? Do you like this movement I'm doing with this today?
Not really. It's kind of... Well,
Getting closer to
You're
you.
gonna break your gone home mug.
I'm not going to break nothing. It's the mug is strong. The state of the mug is strong.
Oh, I thought you were just into forestry services. I didn't even
I am also into forestry services. Ladies and gentlemen, remember to go to IGN.com, read the reviews, watch the videos, be a Prime member, buy t-shirts at splitreason.com/IGN. That all keeps the mics on. Then follow us all on Twitter. IGN is IGN. I'm Game Over Greggy. Colin is No Taxation. Marty is Mick Biggity. It's been on the screen the whole time if you're watching the video.
Whoa. The entire time.
Yep. Not the entire time. It's been on a lot.
There's not been a second that Twitter handle has not been on.
What
this.
if I just published the video, but it was just the entire image?
Or that McBiggity was like a screensaver. It just keeps bouncing from like corner to corner.
That'd be really cool, too.
Screensavers, those were the things.
Yeah, right?
Remember, every episode of Podcast Beyond ends in a segment we call Ryan's Wrap-Up, where we play a song you submitted to beyond@ign.com, just like Michael did. Michael, the computer scientist, wrote in and said Beyond.
Beyond.
This is a song from my band, The Haven. We currently aren't active anymore due to work. I work at Sandswept Studios. But this is the last song we recorded. We never gave it a name since it's actually unreleased, so I figured Beyond would be a pretty awesome place to show the song. If anyone in the LA area wants to jam, I am open. Thanks to Beyond, Mike, the computer scientist.
Good luck finding Mike, the computer scientist in Los Angeles. That's all the information you have.
Since he's calling it out, I'll just tell you that Mike's email is Mike, the computer scientist at gmail.com. So everyone's welcome to talk to him. This song is from The Haven, a band that is no longer going. It's just called The Last Song because it's untitled.
Wow.
So, Mike, thanks for sending it in.
Thanks, Mike.
You go back to doing the music. This computer scientist stuff's not going to
I
work
don't think
out.
it's going to shake. I don't think it's going to be really important in the future.
The verdict's still out of computers and science.
Beyond!
Yeah.
Yep.
Users lose all sense of reality and enter another world. Remember, do not underestimate the power of PlayStation.